the next step is going to be a new next step is going to be a new one for you. I'm going to link the door with the doorway. So I'd like them to be adjacent to each other. So the statue's got to move. I got to push it out of the way for now. I guess I'm going to push it to the very top. So I need to be in the black arrow mode and push that up. And now this is the order. It should be doorway and door. And to do this, I need to click on statue to act. Oh, no, excuse me. Click on door, and then right below it, right there on the doorway, that link means these two are locked together. If I maximize this, at this point, since these two items are linked together, I'm going to free transform them both at the same time because they're linked. So if I go to edit free transform, you'll notice the handles are there, and then I can hold my shift key down, grab a corner, and see how both of them are getting bigger at the same time. And I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. When I'm done, I hit enter, and then I'll slide both of them. See, they're both moving at the same time, like that. So that's kind of a nice feature to be aware of. Now we're going to add something called a gradient layer. But first I'm going to add an empty layer out here. If I click on this, I should be able to get a new layer. See, that new layer showed up? And a gradient changes softly from one color to the same color in the darker sense at the other side. You'll see this happen very shortly. So we've got the new layer already going. And then we're going to double click that layer and name this layer gradient 1. So we might add more gradients later. And then we're going to hit enter when we're done. Over in the toolbox, if you'll notice where my arrow is, this is the gradient tool. If you can select that, click it, you'll notice some more options appear at the top. So make sure that the linear gradient button is selected, which is the first one. And as you get better at it, you'll be able to choose these other ones. You'll see a sundial and various other shapes, which you can change, add, and various things to this. Okay, so we want to make sure we do that. And there's some changes you can make in here. Notice I'm going to click this little button right here, and I think I'm going to choose the second option in here. This one right here. This will be good for now for my demonstration purposes. And then I think on the somewhere I should be able to find swatches. I could be able to change some colors in here. And so if I go to Window Swatches, notice these swatches show up. And I kind of like the purple zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the purples. One of those purples is great. And notice that color showed up down here as well as in this part right here. That's the colors I'm going to use it. So now at this point, make sure you're still on this gradient layer number 1. And I'm going to drag from left to right across the screen. See that left to right across the screen? I'm going to let up and see how that went purple, dark purple on the left and almost no purple on the right. So that's the gradient layer that we're trying to add in this step of the problem. Now I kind of want the gradient layer to have some opacity, some see-through-ability. So I'm going to slide the opacity down to, let's try about 60%. And notice you can then see through the garden door. And I'll probably even want to change the order of this. So I'm going to go to my black arrow, drop the gradient layer down, 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 so that you can see through that. Or you can slide it up and have it there. Various spots you can have it. Notice it changes as it slides around. Everywhere it goes, slightly different. So that's adding a gradient layer. On this step, we're going to add some text, and you're pretty good at adding text by now in your career. So we're going to go to the T tool, and that activates this information at the top. But I'm going to add it. The French word is jardin, and so I'm going to draw a text box right about in here, somewhere at this point, and make it nice and big. I'm going to put it in at about 60 points. 60 points is a good size to work with. And then we can change the various font style, and I think there's one in here that's kind of nice for this project called Garamond. We'll look through here and we can see if we can find, I'm not sure if it's here or not, alphabetically. Let's see if I can find Garamond. There it is right there. And so I'm going to type in Jardin. And then let's put the year 2000. You can put 2010, probably be fine. Jardin 2010. Now it's typing in, in purple because that's our pre-selected color. We can change that, of course, if we'd like to by highlighting it, double-clicking this. And this is the old colors right here, but if I click right here, the new color will turn out in black. Notice this went to black, and that went to black, and also that I'm done, I'm going to hit enter, and now the text is in black. So that's how you would add a text layer to that. And it even says the text right here that we typed. So that's how you add some text to start with.